Guys, Deluded Guna, YouTube's N'Golo Kante, thank you very much for the questions. Q&A day, it's Fridays and Sundays, you guys know we do this. Like I just said, thank you very much for the questions. If I've missed them out, please ask them again. Please ask any questions. It doesn't matter if there is no stupid questions. So yeah, man, with that being said, let's crack on. So yeah, first question. Arsenal Ray and Ndombele, I can never say that name, the Leon Don that I've made a video on, he's very good, he got 2 assists the other week. Or Zachariah, another guy I've made a video on, the Gladbach guy. Difficult, man, difficult. I appreciate them both, man. And Dembele, however you say his name, forgive me. He's a good footballer. Like, I really like him. I really like the way he breaks down play. I like his technical ability. I like what he brings to the fray. I do believe he can go up several levels and become a better footballer ultimately. And Zachariah, I must admit, he's not the most expansive of passes, but his passing does impress me. His physical potential does impress me. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. I'd say Zachariah at this moment in time. If I had to pick one at this moment, I'll change by the end of the by the time I finish waffling about your question, I'll change. But I'll say Zachariah at the moment, bro. Someone asked me my favorite sort of food once, and I can't even find the comment. I can't find the username under the comments, but it was a couple videos ago. Favorite food? I mean, I'm of West Indian heritage, so it's more likely to be that. So jerk chicken, curry goat. Rice is amazing. Yeah, jerk chicken and rice, curry goat, cocoa bread and patty. There's better stuff from hard food, dumpling, yam, breadfruit. There's better things I like, man. There's better things. I'd have to sit down, man. You're making me hungry. I ain't even ate my Sunday dinner. I ain't even tucked into that yet. So yeah, man, you're making my belly growl. But good question, whoever you are, and apologies for not being able to find your username. But next, I don't know if I answered this question already. I think I have, but oh well. Bobby asks, is Gabriel or Martial? Now, that's a tough one, man. I really like Gabriel. I think he's got way more technical ability than he gets to show in that City side. You see, when he came off the bench today at City, he made a difference. He didn't score, but he made an impact. Martial, you saw him yesterday against Arsenal, the quick little flicks. And I imagine how amazing Martial would probably be at Manchester City under Pep, with all that importance, with someone telling you constantly how good you are, because I think Jose said it, Van Gaal said it, Ranieri, I believe, has said it previously. I don't remember when them two, Martial and his paths crossed, but they've all said he needs a constant kick up the arse. So yeah, man, I believe Martial is sick, man. Yesterday, the best thing I know, I hate that we lost, but the best thing that can come out of yesterday is that he stops playing on the flanks, man, and he stays in. He said he wants to play up front. He stays in that position. Martial's a really good footballer, man. I can't pick. I actually rarely sit on the fence. I can't pick, man. I'd say Gab Jesus at this moment in time, but I don't know, man. It's the same level. That's obviously a lot of Brazilian bias with that, but Martial's a big boy, man, and his ability is really undersold by a lot of people. Igai Ibrahim, why aren't more teams after Thorgan Hazard, or however you say his name? Not too sure, bro. I mean, he's doing alright at Gladbach. I'm not too sure. I can't answer that, to be honest. I guarantee people are probably watching him. If he goes to the World Cup with Belgium, obviously everybody watches the World Cup. He might bag a move or something to a better side. So yeah. Aslan Baker asks, why do the same old circle of managers get the same old job? To be honest, like I've said in previous videos, football is who you know, and it's an old guards club, so they're going with who they know. When these managers are losing jobs, like the City, Everton, when they lost the job, they lost my man lost his job at Everton, and the hierarchy of thinking, okay, who can we get? They tried with Marco Silva and it didn't bang, so they went for a safe bet. Big Sam, we know he hasn't been relegated. He is a dinosaur, but I must admit, even me as well, he is more innovative than we give him credit for. And he's a safe pair of hands. The same goes for Pardew. Pardew, I don't know how he got that job, because he didn't win. I swear he didn't win a game in the calendar year at Palace. How he got that job, I don't know. But it's almost just safety in the old guards network. And they say foreign managers blocking younger managers and more progressive managers. It's clearly not the case. So yeah, you asked me another question. Is there a pathway for short players playing, thriving in the lower leagues? Especially as a defender, as a right back, you see tiny right backs in the leagues all the time. But I'd say obviously it's harder to thrive as an offensive player, as like them technical players. I say Cess, but why do I say Cess? He's not physically robust. He's not extremely strong, but he's got vision. Obviously, these leagues, people are trying to, assuming you're talking about League One, League Two, maybe Championship, and below them. These people are trying to get up, get promoted, chase money and things like that. So they ain't really got time to. I don't want to say time, but they don't really deem that they have enough time to give a creative player the room to develop, the knowing that he might not turn up in one game, but he might be amazing. They're going with what they know. Again, safety in football, the strong, the physicality, players that are going to give you a minimum 6 out of 10. In regards to especially defenders, of course, man, because you see how many defenders have come up in the game, man. Like short defenders and short players. They've come up in the game. It's just about getting a pathway. Eventually, if you're good enough, one idiot will leave you. Will finally understand that okay, regardless of size, he can play. You think of Ashley Williams. Ashley Williams isn't that tall. I know his stats might say he's over 6 foot and these things, but he doesn't necessarily look tall. And I don't think he is tall. And he played in the lower leagues for a minute, so there is a pathway there. It's extremely hard, but yeah, it's there. Thanks for them questions, broski. Patrick Hayor, I can't say your name, bro, man. Shout out to you, I can't say your name. But Patrick asks, who would win Ballon d'Or if it wasn't for Messi or Ronaldo? For me, I'm going to say Iniesta. Obviously not today, but I'm going to say probably Neymar. But I'm going to say Iniesta. Iniesta, I mean, he didn't score many, but when he scored vital moments, semi-finals, I'm hoping it was the semi-final against Chelsea. The World Cup, obviously set up by Cesc Fabregas, I got to plug him. But I'd think it'd be Iniesta. I honestly believe Iniesta is amazing. Obviously, Iniesta comes with Xavi. We got to put Xavi in brackets. That comes with him. But for me, it'd be Iniesta, man. He's a very... I don't want to say he's underrated because everyone can see he's amazing. But for me, his name isn't... He don't ring bells enough. People aren't singing his praises enough. And he was amazing. He wasn't physically strong, like ironically we've just said. Wasn't robust. But what he did have is a wand of a right foot. He had extreme vision, close control. Forget about it. You ain't getting the ball for Iniesta. The link-up play. You man watched Iniesta. So I'm going to say him. Rack17 asks, what do you think the reasons behind Adriano's dead career after Inter Milan? Family issues, lack of motivation, the partying and letting your body go, not looking after yourself, a cocktail of things, sadly, to be honest with you. So yeah, that hopefully answers your question. Should Arsenal consider scouting Brazil? Well, we obviously scout South America, bro, but I do believe we are missing a trick on Brazil. We haven't really... What top prospect have we got from Brazil in a while? We went and got Wellington Silva and Pedro Bofelo or something like that. Both didn't work out, so we could definitely up the ante there, improve it. There's a talented midfielder called Arthur that I believe Barcelona are interested in. So maybe if we were on job, we could go and get him. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Karslan Durji asks, why aren't the media criticising Klopp or Pochettino for their achievements in the past few years? When Conte, Wenger, Jose and Pep get butchered after losing one game. Klopp is starting to get it, to be honest, but I do agree. Pochettino, I swear this is Pochettino's 4th year or whatever. They're having a bit of a wobble. Spurs are a good side, but nobody's asking questions. So I do agree with you, and I ain't got an answer for that. I can only say maybe the expectations in the club, like, Poch is achieving great relative success in regards to Spurs, but Arsenal, we ain't won a league title for a minute, so if our manager doesn't win it, he's going to get corned. If Jose doesn't win it, because obviously United are used to winning trophies, it doesn't happen. The same goes for Conte, and Pep is a bit different. City, yes, they've been winning trophies of recent years, but historically ain't been on that. It's Pep, like, they brought him here for champs and these things, so yeah, maybe that's where Poch gets let off a bit. You've got another one. Should referees be punished for making controversial game decisions? I'd say the shocking ones, yes. The shocking ones, when it actually them shocking penalties and not sending off people and things like that, then of course yes. But we also have to remember, man, are human. There's human error at times. You just don't see things. But definitely, man, because it would mean more referees have to up the ante and be judged in their performance. How many times have you seen referees make the game about them and almost love themselves, the likes of Mike Dean? So yeah, I'll be up for that. Lastly, Abdul Karim asks, 04, he was talking in regards to the Invincibles, or the treble, both at fantastic sides. If I was a player, obviously I'd rather win the treble, you win everything, but the Invincible is amazing. I'm an Arsenal fan. Yeah, man, it's 04, of course. Hopefully that, I've given you guys quality. That's the Q&A's done. Guys, thank you very much. Ask some more questions for Friday. I'm out, DG.